G'day, this is Captain Noob, and this is the M29 Devil Revolver. This is a semi-highly customizable standalone revolver type weapon, and it is a pretty powerful thing. It fires a 44 Magnum rounds. We'll get into the attachments and see what this thing can do. So right off the bat, you get a little bit more than your standard 44 Magnum in the game. Obviously, we're going to chuck that to an advanced receiver for the best fire rate and damage and all that. And as for the grips, the sharpshooter's grip will probably do us the best in terms of stats, and it looks alright, so yes, we'll definitely use that. Now for the muzzle, you've got the option of chucking on either compensators or muzzle brakes with spiked ones to improve your bashing, but I rarely bash and that actually cuts down on the range, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. And we can chuck on glow sights if we feel like it, but we're not going to chuck on any iron sights, so we'll just chuck on the glowies, why not? So we've got an accessory rail just to attach under the barrel, and that'll allow us to attach a laser sight there, which is good. Now you can actually change the glow material of the front sight, which is kind of good. We'll change it to magenta to match all of my HUD and all of that. And we can put a laser sight under there for better hipfire accuracy, why not? And you can change the laser color as well. Let's change that to a nice violet for reduced visibility. Oh, looks like there's actually different stats there, so we'll go for the best stats in the green one. Okay, so there we go. So we can change this to 50 cal rounds if you want to, which will make it do even more damage, which is great. And you can put a scope rail on that, and what that allows you to do, if we scroll back up, is actually attach a sight there instead of having the iron sights there. So we'll go for just a reflex sight there, and this will be our good VATS one. So you can actually make this single action if you want to, but I would highly recommend not doing that because you want this thing to be firing as fast as possible. One of the main problems with revolvers in this game is that they do fire very slowly, and if you want a good high damaging weapon, you need to actually fire fast. Now you can actually change the finish of this, which is good. I'll just scroll through them, you can take a look, but I want to go for, let's say, a chrome finish. The two-tone finish seems good. I think the chrome finish overall kind of looks over the top. I think the two-tone will definitely do that better, but there's gunmetal and blued, and it's all very nice looking textures. Okay, so there's even more things you can do to boost the damage. So you've got the hollow point rounds, which cause bleeding better against unarmored targets. Incendiary obviously sets targets on fire. The spritzer is like your armor piercing rounds, and since we're fighting gunners, we're going to be doing that. And we'll leave these explosive bullets for later. And keep in mind that they do have pretty steep perk requirements, especially the, oh, not really, that's only rank 1 of Demolition Expert. Okay, disregard that comment. And of course, the legendary effect is always there if you want it, but I don't think we'll need to have this thing with a legendary effect because I think it is quite powerful enough. I'll grab another one with a scope, and I'll see you in the Gunner's Plaza. Righto, here we are in Gunner's Plaza, and here is the M29 Devil Revolver in first person. It uses the basic 44 animations, but the meshes and textures are definitely looking good. And in third person, that's what it looks like there. Not a huge, big revolver, but it's still a little bit bigger than your 44 Magnum, so it's going to feel like it's going to pack some power. Now, it is Easter Sunday here at Captain Noob, and we've prepared a little bit of a costume for Miss Snow to wear here. So here we go. So there's the body and there's the ears. This is just one of these bunny costumes, and get it, because Easter and Easter bunnies. I thought it worked out. Anyways, it comes with a couple of sets of ears for you to choose from. I prefer these ones, and there's a different body piece which changes the back bit there, but for the sake of distraction I'll just leave it to the default version. Righto, we'll get stuck into our enemies right now. So in come the gunners, and down they go in one shot there, and now it is time for fighting. There we go. We've actually got a pretty damn decent DPS on this thing compared to other revolvers, simply because we can fire much faster than the vanilla ones or DLC ones with the Western revolver, and we do better damage in terms of just per shot, which is great. So in terms of performance, this thing is going to do much better than what your vanilla game can do, and it helps this out in the end game a little bit when enemies start to get tanky, especially at the very hard points where they can survive 350 cal bullets like that. Maybe they're like rubber bullets or something, I don't know. I'm not going to rationalize this blatant unbalance of bullets though. They should be stronger and you all know it. Righto, going into sneak mode there, we've obliterated all of the gunners there, and we get to listen to this giant ass meaty sound as the weapon goes off there. It's definitely a satisfying sound to hear when you fire a weapon, and much better than the vanilla sound that you get for the 44 Magnum. So yes, I'm a big fan of this sound. We'll switch over to our explosive one here with a bit of a scope on it for some longer range targeting. It's a see-through scope there, so if we're in close quarters and in third person, we can get away with not having to zoom in every shot. Okay, since we've all packed in close there, we can get the explosive damage on multiple people, and we don't have to be entirely accurate with this thing, although we do cut down on our DPS if we aren't getting those direct hits. Now, getting those direct hits are actually really important, not just because damage, it's just because you can make bodies flip the fuck out when you kill them with it. So hopefully we can get a satisfying there. Yeah, well, that was okay. Whoa, what the hell are you shooting me with? What was that? Okay, I want to find out what that is, and I'm going to take that off you. I'm going to take that off you more than I want to take off Bridget's gun off her. Alright, go into VATS now, and have a crit for your face. Oh, I know what that is. Oh, no. Okay, I shouldn't have had this mod installed. Yeah, we'll see this one soon, guys, don't worry. Anyways, moving on now, we're almost dead. I really hope another gunner doesn't have that weapon, because that would probably mean I'm dead. Granted, I should probably have a little bit more protection on me now, because would you believe a bunny costume like this, also the sound all catched up at once there, hopefully that wasn't terribly loud, but would you believe this sort of costume isn't going to offer you a lot of protection against bullets? Alright, switching back into third person so we can have a look at that, I guess, because in first person you can't really see it, and it is a yeah, those are the animations in third person there, just basic standard ones like I said before, but yep, enough of me being distracted by that. We'll just go ahead and get these people with a little bit of splash damage. Oh, you've got one of those bad boys. You know what? You get a crit to the face for that, and a very satisfying death for you as you fly into the wall there. And I think I missed someone. Hold on. Wow, I didn't actually kill you for some reason, but you know what? You're dead now. My mess has been cleaned up. Last thing left to kill are these turrets, and we'll do so very easily because they're stationary targets and I can actually hit something if it's standing still. And there you have it. That was the M29 Devil Revolver in a couple of different forms against those gunners there. Definitely a super powerful weapon that you can have viable even in very hard difficulty with very tanky gunners. So yes, very good so far. We're going to take this to some super mutants and we're going to clean them up as much as we did here. Okay, so here we are in super mutant land. Let's see how we do if we crit spam this thing, because I have a feeling that if we crit spam this thing's power levels are going to be very, very high indeed. So there's a super mutant warlord there. According to that, we can one-shot him. So let's see. Oh, we definitely can one-shot the bastard. Oh, this is brilliant. And there's a nice cinematic shot of that dude getting his face blown off, except not really because we didn't get the sneak attack multipliers there, unfortunately. But that's fine, we're still in caution, slipping out of caution pretty quickly, which is nice. There's another super mutant warlord up there. You get another crit, and down you go. Back into hidden for a second there, but I think the super mutants caught on to the giant, the sound of the giant gun going off. We'll switch over to our scoped one there, and whilst we got a little bit more accuracy with this thing, we'll just use that. Oh, we didn't get him killed. Yeah, whilst we got a little bit more accuracy with this thing, its AP costs are a little bit higher, which is fine.
Gonna find you soon, human.
Just gotta peek around that corner, mate. I'm just gonna have to move first then. You're staring headlong into a wall there. I hope you realize that. Have a crit to the face, and we'll follow that with 2 quick shots there. And we should probably get some of these crits back. So you know what? These doggers are a perfect candidate, so we'll just shoot him in the bum with that. And there we go. We've got 1 4-leaf clover out of that. Or maybe that was Mysterious. No, not Mysterious Stranger. I'm getting my luck perks mixed up. And with more shots on you. That is definitely you dead. 2 crits in the bag. That's good. We'll use those to take on our next Super Mutant Warlords. Crouch on these pervy stairs. And go for a crit there. Probably won't kill him. Oh, it would actually. We do get the sneak attack crit there. We'll go for his mate over here. Probably won't get the same effect now, would we? And I'm pretty sure that bullet was different before. I fired a different bullet, slow motion VATS bullet before, so maybe it's because I'm firing explosive bullets now and that actually alters the projectile. So yeah, that's strange, isn't it? Alright, 1 more shot into you. Now you're dead. Still in caution somehow, despite firing off a giant revolver and being in the stealthiest costume you've probably ever seen. Yeah, okay, these super mutants aren't very smart now, are they? But that's okay, we can cure their dumbness with a little bit of explosive 50 cal bullets. So we'll just make sure we actually get these hits on him there as he goes into some sort of T-pose. I think these super mutants are just giving up, and I don't blame them, because when a rampaging bunny runs at you with a giant 50 cal revolver in her hands, I don't think there is no winning in that situation. Alright, so the Commonwealth is yours. Well, we'll see about that, Mutie, hey? Alright, we'll shoot you first because you're closer. You're only an enforcer, so we can just about one-shot you. And I killed his brother. I'm sure you're very upset about that, Super Mutant.
You hit like a rad roach.
This thing hits like a radroach, according to Mr. Super Mutant over there. See, I don't know what kind of radroaches he's fighting, but I don't want to go anywhere near those guys. And speaking of radroaches, let's blow them up. Let's do a little bit of pest extermination here. And there's a few doggos to just to finish off this little bit. They just spawn in whenever you walk in there to probably ambush you. Thank you, Todd, for your very predictable ambushes there. And we've hit level 127 as we cleared out this place. So yep, even against the tanky bastards known as Super Mutant Warlords, this thing can still hold its own and one-shot them, provided you get good sneak attack criticals, which is bloody brilliant. We'll move on to a monster and I think we'll call it a video. Well, look at this. Looks like it's double trouble from old Swan today, and looks like they just got done beating up a pile of Rust Devils there. So you know what, we'll get stuck into this first one just by shooting the crap out of him with a revolver from the safe distance with VATS. And as you can tell there with the reflex sight, this thing is very well suited for VATS combat there. We get many shots there, which we'll use to increase our likelihood of getting more crits, to which we'll spam the spacebar whenever we get them. So you know what, might as well execute that crit now. Or maybe we could save them all for the explosive revolver, which will make use at a better damage with them. But there we go, there's that slideshow out of the way. And now we sort of back off until we are found by him. Switch over to our explosive one for better damage. And yes, there's going to be no sort of floating damage now, because Fallout 4 was recently updated and it knocked out my script extender, unfortunately, so we can't tell how much exactly this thing is doing. But looking at the health bar here, this is doing a fine job at taking this bastard out. Don't really need the scope for this target, and then we'll go into third person there because I'm pretty sure. Never mind. Now, he has found us, which is unfortunate. I'm pretty sure the other one won't be far behind. You know what, we'll come out of VATS for this one, and we managed to just escape the brunt of that impact there. We'll go ahead and target his face a little bit with this, and that should do him in pretty nicely. Quickly, just gotta keep on shooting him, doing good damage. Probably good if I had the Furious effect on this right now to speed this up a little bit, but yes, all these 50 cals in his face can't feel good at this point. Now, we're in a little bit more trouble now. We're going to have to sort of back off and wait till he throws some rocks at us before there we go, in a nerd rage now. Let's see how much damage we can do with this then, shall we? If we can actually hit him. Okay, good damage, but we're going to need more, so we'll slip into VATS whilst our damage multipliers are still active there. And a little bit more shooting. No, Winter, don't jam the gun in third person, that's bad. That sometimes happens. Alright, I think we can finish him off with this VATS run, which is great, so we'll definitely do that. And we'll get as many crit shots on you as possible. We've got 3 crits ready for the next Swan there. And we can heal up a bit as the other Swan forgets that we even exist, which is kind of nice. Right, so Swan number 2. Wonder if this one's a little bit tougher or weaker, I'm not sure, but yeah, looks like he might be a little bit squishier, so that's good. Righto, we'll start off with a nice crit there. He doesn't look like he likes that now, does he? Another sneak attack crit with that explosive one. And another one. I can actually cripple this guy's limbs apparently, so yep, his perception is shot now, and we should have an easy time taking him out, probably. Right, we'll go for some more bat shots with our reflex sight one, because that'll give us much more shots there, and more shots in VATS equals more crits equals better damage, would you believe? Alright, keep on shooting him. Keep on shooting him. Get as much as you can. As soon as we're out, back off. Keep on shooting at him. Yes, he's mutated. That's good. That's good news. Hopefully we can get as far away from him as possible, and we can start executing the sneak attack crits, because that damage is kind of what we need right now. Right, we've got all our action points back, so prepare to get critted in the face. Should probably do this with my explosive one, so switch over to that. 2 shots with the explosive one, a little bit better damage there, much better damage with that sneak attack crit there. I think VATS allows me to perform these sneak attack crits a little bit better than we would in real time, so just keep on backing away there, which is good. Now, I don't think I've ever had a revolver that hasn't got a legendary effect on it, that has been able to kill swans, maybe not even 2 swans, but yeah, just 1 swan there, so that doesn't say anything about the Devil Revolver here, then you know what? What are you watching this video for? Right, we'll go ahead and give him a little bit more on VATS there. I think I'm out of space to move for backpedaling, so I think this is my final stand here. Luckily for Winter, she's a very lucky girl indeed, and she'll be able to crit Swan with many shots there. So, needlessly spamming the spacebar there, out of crits now, we should have just enough shots left to finish him off for good. After a quick reload and a cinematic shot of Winter taking aim, down goes Swan Boy, and goodbye, you nasty green motherfucker. And goodbye to Swan 2. I saw Shrek. Anyways, so that was a pretty good weapon. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, be sure to check out the description, and I'll throw a link to this little bunny outfit too, since you all probably want to dress Winter in it now. And I wouldn't blame you, doesn't she look nice in it? Yep, that's about it from me. Winter Companion will also be in the description too, and there's another episode of One Hit Wonder on the way too, so stay tuned for that if you're following that. Thank you for watching, guys.